What is going on, guys? Matt here, and this is actually technically my first video that I've ever done on this channel. Kind of wanted to do an introduction video, but was not able to due to, I don't know, simply because I wanted to do a video about what happened, which is now yesterday, guys. So, obviously the talk of yesterday were all the trades that went down yesterday, and I'm going to get into them right now, and as you guys can see... Oh shit, I picked New Jersey by accident. Obviously the first thing we're going to talk about, guys, is the trade between the Edmonton Oilers and the New Jersey Devils. The trade went as follows. Taylor Hall for Adam Larsson, straight up. And I mean, this trade to me, guys, is very, very weird. I mean, in all honesty, this is probably the more lopsided trade of the day. Adam Larsson is not a very good defenseman. A lot of people pegged him as the next Victor Hedman, right-handed shot Victor Hedman. Simply put, he's not. And Taylor Hall is, a franchise left winger. He's a franchise player. He is that good of a player. It just boggles my mind that this trade went down the way it did. I'm not really sure what Edmonton was thinking. If this is really just if they really wanted Milan Lucic that badly, or they were that desperate for a defenseman. It's kind of a weird deal for me. Change player keeps going up. It's just, like I said, guys, just a really, really, really weird deal, and just not really sure the whole purpose of the trade. Was it to get Milan Lucic? Was it to free up some cap space? Or are they just that desperate for a defenseman? But, obviously we'll never know what happened or why they made the trade. But this marks the third time that Peter Chiarelli has traded a top 5 pick in the draft. Before the age of 24, I think. I could be wrong on that one, but it could be that before the age of 24. He traded Phil Kessel, who was a 5th overall pick, in the same year that Crosby was drafted. I think they were drafted the same year. He also traded Tyler Seguin, who was a 2nd overall pick, and now he has traded Taylor Hall, who was a 1st overall pick. It's just, maybe he likes doing that kind of stuff. But it's just, like I said, very awkward, very weird trade for me. You know what? That wasn't all that really happened yesterday. It was just a crazy day, which I will get into in 1 second. And now, obviously, guys, the second deal of the day was between the Montreal Canadiens and the Nashville Predators. Now, I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about this trade, guys. Is PK Subban? First of all, the trade was PK Subban straight up for Shea Weber. Now, I think a lot of people are, I guess, PK Subban was a fan favorite in Montreal. So I think that's why so many people are not really feeling this trade. But I don't think this trade is nearly as bad as some people are making it out to be, because Shea Weber is a damn good defenseman, guys. Is he better than PK Subban? I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I think I don't know. I might catch some hate for this, but I think Shea Weber is a better overall defenseman. And what I mean by that is, um, PK Subban is an offensive defenseman, and I know he's been working on his defensive game a lot over the last couple of years, and but in my opinion, Shea Weber is a better overall defenseman than PK Subban, and it's that reason that Drew Doughty won the Norris Trophy over Erik Karlsson, is because Drew Doughty is a better overall defenseman. But that is another topic for another day, and I don't want to really piss off Ottawa Senators fans yet. So, I mean, this trade, obviously PK gave back a lot to... tripped him. But PK Subban gave back a lot to the community in Montreal. I think he gave up like $10 million or something like that to a local hospital or something. And I can understand why the fans are definitely upset about this trade. But I think you'll come to realize that Shea Weber is a very good defenseman. He's back-to-back gold medal winner. I mean, and honestly, in my opinion, if Nashville Predators had some offense, they would be a contender for the Stanley Cup. They've got great goaltending, and they've got great defense. And should I shut that out? They got great defense. They just lack offense. They lack peak players that can put the puck in the net. And if it wasn't for that, I think they could be, perennial contender. That is definitely just my opinion there, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely, like I said, guys, this trade wasn't as bad as some people are making it out to be. Shea Weber is a great defenseman, and I think you guys will come to be pretty happy with Shea. He's like I said, great defenseman, 2-time gold medal winner for Team Canada in the Olympics, and at the end of the day, I think this was actually a fairer trade than the Taylor Hall deal. But again, that wasn't the last thing that happened yesterday. I have one more thing to talk about, and I will talk about that in just a second. So, and last but not least, of all of the things that happened yesterday, guys, was the Steven Stamkos trade. Or not trade, sorry. The Steven Stamkos re-signing with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I could really go on all friggin' day about this, but I'm not going to. So, first thing I want to talk about is obviously I think he left a lot of money on the table, guys. He signed for $8.5 million over 8 years. So, in my opinion, guys, I think he could have taken a lot more money somewhere else. Especially in Toronto. I think the 3 teams that were after him were Toronto, Buffalo, and the New York Rangers, the Detroit Red Wings. There's the team. But in the end, he decided to stay in Tampa Bay. So, all the power to him. But as a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, I would have loved to have had him on my team, but unfortunately, I was one of those few that knew it was never going to happen. So, I mean, I never really got my hopes up about Stamkos coming to Toronto, um, but I think it's good that he stayed. Tampa's got a good team. Um, and they're going to be really good for a very very long time. So definitely, but I think it's funny how he dragged it out all year till 2 days before the draft or the free agency started, and ended up deciding to stay in Tampa Bay. So he even met with some of the teams. I think he met with Toronto and he met with. I think he met with Buffalo as well. I don't think he met with Detroit. But Steve Yzerman is a wizard. What can I say? He somehow managed to keep Jonathan Drouin. And after the whole debacle with Drouin, and now manages to keep Steven Stamkos at $8.5 million for 8 years. 8.5 mil per year, sorry. I think it ended up being like 8 years, $68 million. So, all the power to him. Didn't think it was going to happen. But anyway, that is my opinions on the things that went down in the NHL yesterday. It was a crazy hour, crazy half an hour, really. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.